Audio Jungle.
Two taxi drivers shot, one fatally in St. Andrew. Police are trying to unravel an incident in which two taxi drivers were shot, one fatally, along Whitehall Avenue in St. Andrew on Sunday afternoon. The dead man has been identified as 38-year-old Sean Granville from Bull Bay in the parish. The injured cabby is said to be from Kingston 8. Reports are that around 4:45 p.m., residents heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, the police found Granville suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was quickly assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital where he died. The other taxi driver later turned up at hospital, suffering from gunshot wounds to the right hand and left leg stemming from the same incident. He was admitted in stable condition. The police say they are still trying to ascertain a motive for the shooting. 61-year-old American visitor dies from belly pains at St. Anne's Bay Hospital. A 61-year-old American visitor died after complaining of belly pains while staying at a hotel in Ochira, St. Anne on Sunday. She has been identified as Joan Garcia Tomlinson, an administrative assistant from Georgia in the United States. Reports are that Tomlinson arrived on the island on Friday and was staying at a hotel in the parish. Later that day, she complained of belly pain and was taken to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where she received treatment and was subsequently released. It is reported that around 7 p.m. on Sunday, she again complained of belly pains and was taken back to the hospital, where she succumbed to her ailment while undergoing treatment. Woman found dead on roadway in St. Anne. Police have launched a probe into the stabbing death of a woman whose body was found on Market Street in St. Anne's Bay, St. Anne on Sunday night. Reports are that the woman, who was up to press time unidentified, was about 40 years old, of dark complexion, and had multiple stab wounds to her upper body. Passersby reportedly found the woman and rushed her to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where doctors confirmed her dead. Police investigators probing the scene and surrounding areas reportedly found bloodstain leading from the St. Anne's Bay Transport Center. The police say further information will be made available as they continue their investigations. Young girl and middle-aged woman are last victims of fatal motor vehicle collision in Fern Gully last week. A young schoolgirl and a middle-aged woman are the latest victims of the fatal motor vehicle collision that occurred in Fern Gully, St. Anne last week. The child succumbed to her injuries at the Bustamante Hospital for Children on Saturday, and the woman passed away yesterday. This brings the number of persons killed in the crash to 3. The first crash victim was 49-year-old Suzette Thomas, a housekeeper of Wellman Street in Kingston. Reports are that on Sunday, March 31, a bus transporting some Kingston residents on an excursion to St. Anne developed mechanical problems and crashed into the embankment along the Fern Gully Main Road. It was reported that there were 23 persons, including children, on the bus. Thompson died the same evening at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, while several of the injured were admitted for treatment. Some of those deemed to be in critical condition were transferred to other hospitals in Kingston. At least 3 other persons remain hospitalized in critical condition. Kingston Mayor calls meeting with carnival organizers as road march leaves streets of Kingston filthy. Residents, motorists, and commuters alike were left furious on Monday morning after turning up to find different sections of the corporate area covered in garbage following the conclusion of Sunday's Carnival Road March. Up to 9 a.m. on Monday, several of the city's major thoroughfares were still lined with debris left behind by revelers and onlookers that participated in Sunday's carnival. This prompted a visit to several of the affected areas by newly minted Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Williams. He expressed disappointment with the state of the roads, lamenting that organizers of Sunday's event ought to have initiated immediate clean-up of the environs of the road march. Swaby said the streets of the corporate area were an utmost disaster on Monday. The bus stops are filled with garbage, the drains are filled with garbage, and this is not what we had put in place. Got calls from both residents and business persons to talk about the state of the garbage after yesterday's event. While we are not against people having fun, they have a duty to ensure that the garbage is collected, he told reporters. Just like how they have to prepare this event, they should have made sure that they clean it up. There is no way that we should be seeing a major business hub in front of Jamaica House in the state that it is this morning. Swaby made reference to sections of Hope Road which housed the infamous carnival after-party Big Wall. In several photos obtained by reporters, garbage lined the busy thoroughfare as people went about their usual commute. The mayor said the state of the roads have prompted him to call a meeting with carnival organizers to chart a path forward. He expressed that the lack of urgent cleanup following the road march should not be allowed to happen another year. These are major thoroughfares: Knoxford Boulevard, Trafalgar Road. These areas are well lit, and no time we should be seeing this morning. The organizers were supposed to provide and make sure that they get the place clean right after the event, he shared. I have written to the CEO and asked that we have a meeting at 1 p.m. on Tuesday because we have to put in place better arrangements for the next time around. Judge denies bail for music producer Linval Shabdan Thompson Jr., co-accused. Popular dancehall music producer Linval Shabdan Thompson Jr. and his murder co-accused Tajay Clark had their renewed bail application denied when they made an appearance in the St. James Circuit Court on Friday. They are set to face trial on January 8. The men are accused of the 2022 triple murder of 27-year-old Chadwell Fraser, otherwise called Boom Brain, or Chad, 24-year-old Shamaria Chippy Calvin, and 26-year-old Tony and Two-Fly Reed. The deceased were reportedly shot at a birthday party on Mall Road in Roadside, St. James on May 25th. Thompson is being represented by King's Counsel Tom Tavares Vinson, while Clark is being represented by Kadin Coleman. When the case was called up in court on Friday, the lawyers made the renewal application for bail on the grounds of a change of circumstances. However, this was denied by High Court Justice Bertram Morrison, who was not convinced. The case was first set for trial last November but hit a snag. According to Tavares Vinson, 2 witnesses did not show up for the court. The witnesses had also reportedly pointed out Thompson Jr. in an identification parade, but Tavares Vinson has questions. He pointed out that there were claims that the accused men were wearing masks. Tavares Vinson said information later came through the media that at least one of the witnesses was held and charged with murder in the state of Florida. This was confirmed by the prosecution on Friday. In my view, bail could be considered because of what had happened. When the officers went to the scene of the murder, the witnesses had indicated that the prosecutors were wearing masks and they could not identify them, stated Tavares Vinson. For her part, Coleman agreed with Tavares Vinson, claiming that while the allegations are serious, no identification parade was held and therefore there is nothing linking her client to the offenses. She also revealed that Clark requires surgery to remove a foreign object from a section of his body. She said the surgery cannot be facilitated while he is in custody, and further details can be provided to the court if required. Besides, Coleman said her client, who lives outside of St. James, has denied the allegations and has maintained that he was nowhere near the incident when it took place. She added that her client is looking forward to his day in court when it is expected that he will be vindicated. Coleman said her client is not a flight risk and is willing to adhere to whatever conditions the court may choose to impose. Tavares Vinson, in making his bail application, said the court could require that Thompson Jr. should not be seen in the parishes of Trelawney, St. James or Westmoreland. He also said he is not aware of any suggestion of his client being a flight risk. However, the court said it opposed the application, noting that the incident took place around 4 p.m. and the witnesses saw the accused man's face. In fact, Mr. Thompson was pointed out in an ID parade by both witnesses, the Crown stated. The Crown pointed out that when the case came up in court in the past, a bail application was denied. The only thing that has changed since then is that one of our main witnesses has received some serious threats, my lord, and had to be relocated. Not only that, but it has come to our attention that even the investigating personnel in this case, my lord, is also under threat, the Crown stated. However, similarly to Tavares Vinson, Justice Morrison was concerned about the claims that the men were wearing masks. But the Crown argued that the witnesses saw Thompson Jr., who they knew, and were able to make an ID. The Crown later tried to clear up the apparent ambiguity by revealing that while the men were wearing masks, their faces could be seen. This is not the first time Thompson Jr. has reportedly found himself in trouble with the law. In October 2021, Thompson was charged with breaching the Corruption Prevention Act after he allegedly offered a policeman $2 million after the police reportedly found a loaded illegal gun in the motor car he was traveling in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Thompson Jr. and his co-accused Romario Scott were charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Scott pleaded guilty last year in April and is currently serving a 6-year and 1-month prison sentence, while Thompson Jr. was freed of the gun-related charges. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.